Howdy, y'all. It's that time again. Journal time. This is going to be for the week of December 10th through the 16th. Yeah, December 10th through the 16th. We are getting close to Christmas, you guys. I think it's only like 9 days away now. Okay, we're starting with Friday the 10th. And it was cloudy and warm, which it's been all week. Um, I let the cats out early, and since it was so warm, I left the door open so they could come and go as they like. I fed our Willow first, and then I warned him they were coming out by clapping, and he politely went under the porch and didn't bother anyone. Later, while I was doing the dishes, I looked out the window and a big dog was trotting down the road. He didn't even look down the driveway, but he kept on going. But I had to get all the cats in as soon as possible. Everyone came in no problem except Naboo. I didn't see him anywhere. And then he sneezed. And there he was, laying under the butane tank. I don't know how I missed him. It was like I was looking for this one. This is Naboo. And it was like he was blending in with the leaves that were piled up around that tank. And I just couldn't see him until he sneezed. And then it was like when you see one of those pictures and the picture finally becomes clear after you stare at it. That's what that was like. So he was hiding from his mama. After the dog scare, we all stayed inside. I got caught up on lots of chores, including dividing up ground beef and chicken and freezing it. I checked my supplies and I believe I'm all ready for Christmas. Hopefully, I won't have to go shopping again until next year. It's only 15 days until Christmas and the stores will be packed. Luckily, I'm all set and can avoid the crowds thanks to some early shopping and prepping. And mainly, what I'm talking about here is all the food and serviceware like the paper plates and paper towels and napkins and cups and everything, and all the food I need to make Christmas meal is what I'm really talking about. Not having to go shopping again for is the food and ingredients for the Christmas dinner. Okay, so Saturday, the 11th, some light rain, high in the mid 70s, low in the low 30s. Got cold that night. Today, I practiced cooking a couple of the dishes I'm planning on making for Christmas. I made some sausages wrapped in crescent rolls, or pigs in a blanket, as we call them, and I adjusted the cooking time and the temperature, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, for 13 minutes on the top rack. I also made the mini pecan pies, and they were a bit trickier. I put a little too much filling in some of them and they bubbled over. And then I let them cool completely before taking them out of the pan. And the gooey filling that had bubbled over had solidified into hard candy and it stuck the pies to the pan. They were difficult to remove without destroying them. So I know now not that I need to put less filling and cook for only 12 or 13 minutes and remove when they are still rather warm. But I think if I do those things, they'll turn out great because I did get about a dozen of them to turn out perfectly. But about a half a dozen of them crumbled to pieces when I was trying to get them out of the pan. Other than cooking practice, it was a pretty quiet day at home. We just relaxed, played games, and started watching some Doctor Who. Although I like all the doctors and the companions, I think my favorites are the older Scottish man as the doctor, and I like Bill best of all out of the companions. But, saying that, I like all the doctors, I like all the companions a whole lot. Each one has their own wonderful thing about them. But I have to give Donna an honorable mention as a companion because Donna is great. I love Donna and her grandpa. They're awesome companions too. It's hard to choose, but for some reason I really like Bill. Okay. I was disappointed to find one of Howard's claws stuck in Willow's fur on the top of his head. I know it was Howard's too, because who else would slap Willow on the head and leave a perfectly trimmed and manicured shed nail on the very top of his head? I know it was his. I could tell it was trimmed. And it was one of the little sloughs that come off when they're scratching on the post or whatever. And he apparently slapped Willow on top of the head and left a little claw. He's such a jerk. Oh, Howard's a jerk. Okay, Sunday the 12th, it was cold and clear. High in the low 50s, I'm sorry, and low in the low 30s. There's the little jerk right there. He's probably looking out the window trying to be a jerk to Willow because that's what he likes to do for fun is be a jerk. There was a storm last night. Apparently, there were high winds and damage in our area, but it missed us, and it must not have been too bad here at our place because I didn't wake up, and a storm usually will wake me up. I got up feeling pretty good, and we decided to go to town to do a little last minute shopping and to have lunch. We stopped by Virginia's on the way, and she had a huge tree down in her backyard. Luckily, it didn't fall close enough to her house to cause any damage. Mary and Keetal, that's her sister and brother in law, Mary and Keetal were visiting and gave us both some apples, and we dropped off a gift for Karaya. And we basically went shopping just because we wanted to get around and go do something and be out and about and go to town. We didn't really need anything specifically. Texarkana was busy, but not as bad as I thought it would be. Less than 2 weeks until Christmas, it wasn't so bad. We had lunch at the Outback Steakhouse, which was very good. It's always very good. And I think I had, let's see, did I have Alice Springs chicken? No, I had a steak. Okay, yeah. I usually get their Alice Springs chicken. It's very good. Um, and then we went shopping at Ulta, Michael's, Books a Million, and Atwood's. We saw lots of cool stuff, and Slim found the perfect gift for me at Books a Million. It's a board game of Clue, but with the Golden Girls theme. You have to figure out who ate the last piece of cheesecake. I cannot wait to play it. We also got our favorite fragrances from Ulta, Happy by Clinique. He wears, for men, and I wear for women, but we both like the Happy. It was a really good day, and at the end of it, I did a shopping haul, and Slim made a guest appearance. He was headless, but it's a start. I hope eventually he won't be quite as shy, and he'll appear on some more videos with me. So Monday, it was partly cloudy. This was the 13th. And we had a high in the low 60s and a low in the low 30s. Beautiful day today. I let all the cats out for hours. Willow and Howard sat across the yard from each other and had a staring contest until Willow fell asleep. You could tell he was real intimidated by the way he was snoring and drooling. Then Howard went to the shed. I guess they're finally getting used to each other, but I feel like but they both feel like they have to keep up a strong front in front of the other one. I didn't do much out of the ordinary today, just regular chores and some outside time with the cats. While I was out, I gathered up some nice looking pine cones and a few acorns and sweet gum balls and some pretty leaves. Just anything that caught my eye for use in decorating a Yule log. I've been listening to some documentaries on the history of Christmas, and this one appealed to me. I thought I could find a nice log and decorate it, and then we could burn it at Christmas or New Year's for good luck and prosperity. And I have lots of, I can find lots of neat little stuff out here in the woods. Pretty leaves and mosses and, like pine cones and nuts and things, acorns and stuff. I could probably decorate a cute little Yule log. We'll see if I manage that this year. It's less than 2 weeks until Christmas, and I can't wait. I've got all my presents wrapped and under the tree and all the stocking stuffers for our new big stockings, and I have all the food and the ingredients for the dishes I want to prepare. I even have all the serviceware and party platters ready to go. So, no last minute shopping for this Santa's helper. So, I'm all set on the Christmas supplies. So on Tuesday, the 14th, there was some light rain. The high was in the low 70s. The low was in the low 50s. Very rainy and warm today. When I went out to feed Willow this morning, I noticed he had a large tick on his neck. Much to my surprise, he let me remove it. And even though it must have hurt at least a little bit, he didn't flinch away from me and he just grunted and purred for more pets. He's so adorable. I think he's beginning to understand that I'm not going to do anything bad to him and that he can trust me. Even if I do something he doesn't understand, he's beginning to uh, trust that I'm not going to hurt him or try to grab him or anything. I didn't do much today, just dishes and laundry, kind of a lazy day. It was raining on and off all day, so the cats stayed in and they napped all day. I caught up on some YouTube videos and I played Lily's Garden and generally was useless until time to get around and fix supper. Made roast chicken and potatoes for supper, turned out nice. I used sriracha on the chicken to season it and some Cavender's Greek seasoning on the potatoes. There's more than enough for our supper tonight and to send for lunches tomorrow. I keep missing the sunset. The sun is going down so early right now that before I know it, the sun's already set and it's only just after 5 p.m. I haven't caught a good one in a while, and the sun's so far south right now it's hard to get a shot through the trees. But it won't be long after the winter solstice. The sun will start moving north again, and I'll start having a little more time in the evenings to run out there and catch it. And it's prettier when it's a little bit further north. I can see it better across the pasture. Okay, Wednesday the 15th was warm and humid, a high in the low 80s. Yes, that's right. And a low in the mid 60s. It was very warm. I did a weigh in today, 195.6, and that's down a pound from 2 weeks ago. I'm starting to feel motivated to get back to work on my weight. I'm sure after the new year, I will be glad to start back on my low carb diet and fitness routine. I have learned not to be so hard on myself over this break because I've eaten pretty much whatever I want and I have maintained my weight. So a few slips now and then will not kill me and it won't destroy my diet. I'm not going to gain 50 pounds if I have one little piece of candy or bread. So that was something I was being really uber strict on my diet before. The weather says 100% chance of rain today and tomorrow, but so far it's just warm and unbearably humid. It kind of sprinkled off and on last night and yesterday, so everything is soggy. No crisp leaves to walk in right now. They'd all stick to your boots like flypaper. I think it was around this time last year that I made Carlos the snowman. Looks like no chance of a return for Carlos this year. I'm no fan of the cold, but this is kind of ridiculous. I saw the funniest video today. It was a Star Trek Christmas video with Jean Luc and Q doing a duet to All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. It was freaking hilarious. I must have watched it 3 times in a row. The edits are fantastic. All I Want for Christmas Is Q. Oh my God, it's so great. I love it. So if you're a Star Trek fan, even if you're not a Star Trek fan, check that out. That All I Want for Christmas Star Trek little montage. Oh, it's hilarious. It had me just laughing. Okay. And there's another one too called it's Picard singing Let It Snow, but he says Make It So instead of Let It Snow. So All I Want for Christmas and the Let It Snow parodies are great. Y'all go watch that. They're on YouTube. Just Google Star Trek Christmas songs. You'll probably get it. Okay, so Thursday, that's today. It's the 16th. We're going to have a high in the high 70s, a low in the mid 60s. It's warm, a few little scattered showers here and there. I woke up early. I took Slim to his cousin's this morning to go to work. The weather is still weirdly warm and it is raining in the bright sunshine. Around here, they say when it rains while the sun shines, the devil is beating his wife. And I remember Les telling me that when she was a kid, she would take a drinking glass out into the yard and put it on the ground, and she would put her ear to the glass to see if she could hear the devil and his wife fighting. I could imagine her doing that as a kid. But yeah, that's something that I have always heard my entire life. Whenever the sun is shining brightly and it is raining at the same time, That means the devil is beating his wife. It's a very odd saying, but everyone says it. Went and checked the mail, and I had some lovely Christmas cards and two big packages to pick up. The packages are from my sweet Kelly, and one is for me and one is for the cats. I cannot wait to open them, but I'm kind of busy today, so I will do a good unboxing video tomorrow and share. So this is what I got at town. Two big boxes. Let me show you. Oh, and I got some cards, some Christmas cards. This one is from my wonderful friend Sabina, and this one is from my wonderful friend Voon. And I will open them and show them to you when I do the unboxing tomorrow. And she got me. This one is for me, but this one, let me set this down. Oh, this one is for the cats. Look, the pack. Isn't that sweet? One for the cats and one for me. I love it. So you can expect an unboxing with these beauties tomorrow. And I'm actually on my way to do this as soon as I'm done here. I got to do a little shopping today. Not much, just milk and bread and coffee, that kind of thing. But I'm also going to give a quick look around for any last minute gifts I might can find. Although I'm pretty much all set on the presents and stocking stuffers. I still want to get some gold Pocahontas coins and some $2 bills to put in each stocking. It's traditional to get a little money in your stocking, and I like to make it fun with some unusual currency. And if you're not from the States, the gold Pocahontas coins they're legal tender. They're a gold coin and they're worth $1. And then the $2 bills, they're also legal tender. You just don't see them much. People don't keep $2 bills in their wallets and stuff. They're kind of a specialty, but you can spend them anywhere. They're regular currency. And I was listening to some Christmas documentaries, and it was talking about the tradition of putting money or gold coins in people's stockings. It was originally a little story about a man that had three daughters, and his oldest daughter was too old to marry. The middle daughter was at marrying age, and the youngest daughter was a little too young to marry. And none of them were going to be able to get married because he couldn't afford a dowry. And so the oldest sister said she wanted to be sold into slavery to pay for her other sister's dowries. And the poor man prayed to St. Nicholas for an answer to his problems, and a bag of gold coins came through the window and provided the dowry for his daughters so they could be married. And later, this tradition turned into St. Nicholas dropping gold coins down the chimney, which would then land in the stockings that were hung to dry by the chimney. So that I thought that was very cute. I'm also doing several other little things that we don't normally do at Christmas that I'm starting to do for traditions for my grown son's family. And so that's going to be all. There's Howard the jerk sitting on the counter like he's not supposed to. Howard, you're not supposed to be up there. Get down. Howard, get down. Get on down. Oh, what a mess this one is. Y'all be sweet.